Now, more than 80% of women involved in Scotland's traditional music scene have reported being sexually assaulted or harassed. That's according to a report published today, which found the majority of the perpetrators are fellow musicians in positions of power. It's calling for more meaningful action to protect women. Here's Ollie Dickinson.
City's quiet, morning is breaking.
Iona Fife is a well-known artist in traditional music. But even as an established musician, she's not immune from its darker side.
I've always tried to keep my wits about me. Since one of my formative experiences in the folk music scene, when someone much older, married, suggested that if I was a friend and did what good friends do, he would allow me to be booked at a festival. And I just laughed him off and I was like, oh, away you go. Like, what happens if that person is younger, easily led, maybe that they would have been taken advantage of and completely exploited.
Iona is not alone. A new report has found more than 80% of women involved in traditional music have been sexually assaulted or harassed. More than half of the responders said they'd received unsolicited sexual advances. Over 40% reported being touched without consent. The majority of those assaults carried out by people in positions of power. These are some of their statements. Their voices have been changed.
There are so many predatory men who are still given the lion's share of opportunities. There are men with power and influence running loose, many of which are abusing that power for their selfish gains.
I've had to lock myself in a car, I've had to leave gigs and go home, I've had to continuously say no to a guy wanting to sleep with me. I've had married musicians kissing me, I've been hassled for ignoring drunken advances and called names. It puts me off the whole scene.
He was constantly sexually harassing myself and a huge number of other women and young women in the folk scene, and he sent us pictures and very sexualised messages late at night.
The report authors say there needs to be greater accountability and space for women to speak up, and that action needs to be taken quicker.
I think that results speak for themselves in terms of the urgency of the issue, in terms of the sheer number of women musicians that have been impacted, but also in terms of the serious harms that these behaviours are causing, both on a personal level but also on a professional level. A number of participants talked about that they no longer engage in the scene because they feel like it's unsafe or unsupportive.
It's a moment in terms of the rest of the industry taking notice of Scotland as a whole, acknowledging we can't deny there's a problem, and actually now looking towards action, and I think that action has to be joined up. So there's lots of different organisations, ourselves included, who've tried to work on this issue over a number of years, but I think what we need to do is have more joined up working, and it also needs to involve government, it needs to involve funders.
One of Scotland's biggest celebrations of traditional music, Celtic Connections, is taking place this month, an apt time to reflect on what this report means for the future of the scene in Scotland. Ollie Dickinson, STV News.
If you've been affected by any of the issues in Ollie's report, help is available at stv.tv/